here.
The button has been pushed
Okie dokie.
effectively. The button is pushed.
Look, we have different views. Now you get to see
Yeah,
Sue,
you get to see.
her buffet, and
And my brother's photography up
yeah,
here.
up there. So
Here,
you
let me do that so you can actually see that.
and
I
we,
had to have those.
and the other thing is when you start peanuts pepper, we should grow him here so that
Oh,
you can all
we
see.
should.
You can all keep track of our little penis pepper here. Walk
Yeah, our
around
little
the
penis
table's
pepper.
little pepper. There you go.
I'm gonna move
Move
this
it back.
back a little and down a little so that
You can. Yeah, we're on the table. We got to see
you
the
can
table,
see the table.
and you can see
We just went to a different side because
the
the
lighting.
lighting is really.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know if it's because it's super bright outside, which is right here.
And
I
it's
have my things drawn, my shades drawn, but we were looking like we were glowing.
yeah,
We did kind of look
we
almost like
did.
aliens.
But we
Well, I mean, with a glowing head.
well, you might because you.
Well, I got crazy.
She's hiding her antlers up there. So anyway, well, this is actually Saturday the 4th, and I don't know if she'll put it up today. Get a drink of water, sweetheart. Oh, she got a frog stuck in there, or a fuzzball, or something.
Fuzzball.
You should see the back of her jacket. It says Hop Cat. Anyway, Flock Around the Table. Sunday the 5th, episode number 131. Okay. Sue is coming back around, and I'm Deb. She's the cutest shirt on. It's from Top Cat.
Hop Cat.
Hop Cat.
Hop Cat. Hop Cat.
It's a restaurant bar here in Indianapolis.
Yep.
But the back of her sweatshirt.
Oh, geez.
You gotta show it.
Okay. All right.
All right, gotta get up and show it. Look at this. Get your hair out of it. Look, her eyes are in the back. That is the cutest thing. I love it. Next time I go to Top Cat, we'll do that. That's one of my sister-in-laws
I
and
don't
brother-in-law.
know if they still have these.
They probably don't, just because I want one.
It was from like
80,000 years ago.
Yeah, I think maybe it was the first year we moved here.
Yeah. Sort of like this. This was my sister's. It's got too big for her, and now it's a little too big for me. But Mackinac Island, we'd go every year. And we started like in the 90s.
Oh.
We went for like 20 years. This guy bought the house, and it was 8 of us. And then we added my niece and nephew's family. And anyway, it was always a great time. And, you know, and I don't even know. And
I've never been to Mackinac.
You should go to Mackinac Island. It's great. You don't get a lot done.
Right.
Well, I don't.
For those of you who don't know, Mackinac there's no.
They have emergency vehicles only.
Yeah, they have no motor vehicles.
Right. Emergency vehicles and sometimes service vehicles, like when they come in to do the roads and things.
Right.
They'll bring in a bulldozer or they'll bring in the other stuff. I mean, in fact, like one morning, I went up to see the sunrise. Up at the very top of the one hill was an old fort site. And so I would ride Fort Holmes and I would ride up there. And you could get a beautiful morning sunrise because you were just like up in the high end. You could see it coming over the water and everything. And I'm riding my bike up this hill.
Because that's how you get around on Mackinac, on a bike.
On your bike. And there's another reason why I went up there too. And all of a sudden I hear a car behind me. And I'm thinking, no, Deb, you're crazy. So and then all of a sudden I turn around, and there is a car right behind me. It's the police car that they have out until the sunrise, and so they can cover more of the island and they can see things, and they've got more lights.
You would think that they would just have horses.
Well, they do, but as a rule, during the night they use the cars because then they can go in these little alcoves and have better light. Anyway, so I almost fell off my bike.
Oh, of course.
And the guy just looked at me and he said, oh, he said, sorry. He said, you up here to see the sunrise? I said, yeah, Bob talked about it and everything. And I said, and then I like to ride downhill. And he said, I can give you a speeding ticket for that. And I said, I know, but you really won't, will you? And he said, no. But he goes, well, on our way back down, he goes, I'll clock you. And I said, okay, and I told him exactly where I was going. There was nobody out. There was like me and 2 other people on our bikes.
Right.
And you go down the back way and you kind of pedal a little bit and then you go in front of the Grand Hotel and at the very steep type hill.
Sure.
And he said, all right, he says, I'll clock you when you get to the bottom of it. And he said, and I promise I won't give you a ticket. Just be careful. And I said, okay. So he drives away and he could see me pretty much the whole time in his
Yeah.
rear view mirror, because he's probably, who knows, probably going like 20, 25 down this hill. Once you get up to Fort Holmes, you could literally go all the way from the top downtown without
Without
pedaling
pedaling at all.
once.
Yeah.
And I could pretty much almost get back to the house we stayed in. And so sure enough, he said, well, he said, gee, you do pretty good. And I came down and I hit the brakes, swirled around and everything. And he goes, you did pretty good. He said, you got up to 47 miles an hour
Oh
coming
my
down that
God.
hill. And I said, I even put the brakes on a little because I got a little nervous. And he said, yeah, that's why we do watch it. And we do give tickets out to people on bikes for that reason, because,
It's
the road's
dangerous.
wet and you hit a rock the wrong way. You can,
You can
go flying and everything. But
you can seriously hurt yourself.
yeah, I really could. So, yeah. And I came, plus you can get on the Grand Hotel grounds at that time of the morning without having to pay the fee.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's what we used to do. We used
yeah.
to go
No,
up there and
haven't
do
been
that.
there.
It's beautiful. It's fun. It's nothing like it was. One of the shipping lines we used to take Arnold's across, one of the boats.
Hmm.
They've had their problems, and since the pandemic, it's even been worse. But I mean,
I'm sure.
yeah. For the most part, I can look at my pictures from 1994 and look at the pictures from 2024, and it looks exactly the same.
2023.
23,
It's not
24,
24 yet, but
whatever. But
whatever.
you know what I mean? Maybe they painted the building, they changed the trim to purple, but the building looks exactly the
Yeah.
same. The island looks exactly the same. It's one of those constants in the
Yeah,
universe.
yeah,
But
it's a
I like,
time capsule.
exactly.
Yeah, it's just a
And
time capsule.
I like the locks, like up in Sault Ste. Marie. I can watch boats go in, go down, go out, and I get nothing done. So we would ride
Except
down.
knitting.
Oh, no, even when I would sit, knit and read or crochet or whatever, because I did my cross stitch back then more than
Right.
anything. I go down, sit in the park, right at the water, stitch. Oh, here comes a boat
And then you watch the boat for 20 minutes as it goes
as
through.
it comes through. And these are just, they're bringing people. They leave in and out every 20 minutes.
Right.
And there were three lines
Oh
that
my
brought
goodness.
people in. So you'd be like, stitch. Oh, a boat. So I better stitch again.
Yeah.
Down
So
stitch. Oh, a boat.
you might get
Oh, and there's a cruiser. I
you
wonder if that's a freighter. Oh, better take a picture of it for Mikey. Oh, look, we got a freighter. Is that an ocean going freighter? And then we'd have a big discussion as to what kind of freighters they were and everything and what they were carrying. And did it come from Sault Ste. Marie or did it come from Superior? And where's it going? And it was always a grand time. And then my mother, well, we let her go. She had no sense of direction. But since she'd been going for so many years, we
and it
let
is
her.
just an island.
It's just an island, and if you go round and round, you'll get
You're
back to town eventually, right?
right, right.
And she never left the main road, so she stayed downtown. So we kind of knew that she would be okay. Um, but she would go down to the library. She'd get and she got a library card. They recognized her after a couple of years.
Sure.
So they gave her a library card. She checked it out, and then she'd go sit on the porch. Well, we didn't realize that's what, because she never would do that otherwise.
Right.
Any other vacation. So she's out on the water side, out where the wind is blowing, reading a book, and we can't find her anywhere. And nobody's seen her for 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
And we're all concerned that, oh my God, she turned and got on a
This is
boat the
pre
wrong.
cell phone or pre grandma having
Yeah,
a
this
cell phone. Mom
exactly.
doesn't have a cell phone.
And even if she did, she turned it on and called you, and then she turned it off.
Turn it off.
Or she turned it on to check and see if there was a battery. If it was charged, she turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
That was my mother with a cell phone. So anyway, I digress. But yeah, we're just kind of hanging here.
Holy crap! On a cracker, it is cold.
It is.
This is proper cold.
This is proper cold, and I really feel for you guys up on the East Coast, because that has been. I mean, we're in the 20s and wind chill in the teens. You guys are in the teens with the wind chills in the minus 20s, minus 30s.
This morning when I was watching the news, they said it was like 16 degrees out. but it felt like 0 with the wind chill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we
I
don't
was
even
like,
have a lot
yep,
of wind. I can imagine with some of these people. Yesterday
proper cold.
I was watching a newscast from I think she was up in Maine, and you couldn't see anything. And I'm like, where is she and where is that? Well, she was behind, she had a cover on her, and they showed that they had a heater blowing at her. So the wind wasn't blowing her hair, the heater was blowing her hair.
Oh my gosh.
And they were next to a building, and you couldn't see anything else down the street because the wind was blowing all the snow, and it was so fine that it
Yeah,
looked
it's
like
just like
it was snowing, but it wasn't.
silver dust.
Yeah, it was like,
That's
get
crazy.
her inside. And that's when she did the whole broadcast, and she goes, and by the way, I'm not standing out here in sub-zero weather. And the guy turned the camera on the heater because her hair was being nicely, you know how they do that in the photo shoots,
Oh yeah.
with a hair, and it was perfect. And she goes, I have a heater right here. So they had one of those things like the guys have at the football games, with their coats, and around, and there's one of the blow heaters and things like that. Those work heaters.
I have a heater that I have had on every single day at my office.
I can imagine.
Well, so we have a new office and we have a new HVAC, right?
Yeah.
And we're in the actual office and it's set to like 70. It's set to
And it
70.
goes in and out of the warehouse.
But those doors are closed.
But they go in and out. They're
No,
not.
they don't.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't that much
Okay.
anymore. And they're double doors now.
Oh,
So,
when they do open, you really lose
oh
the
no,
heat
yeah, no, I mean, the warehouse is heated too, though. So it's
at
not,
70.
no, but it's like the one side has the front door atrium,
Right.
so they have to go through that door to ours, and then the other door, um, there's a double door there too. The warehouse goes into the corridor with the restrooms and the break room, and then there's another door that comes into the office.
Okay.
So it's not direct from the warehouse anymore, straight into the office. So we should be sitting at 70 degrees in the office for the most part, right? Except I don't know what the dealio is because I'm normally hot. So normally
It's
set
not.
at 70 degrees,
She'd be in
I
a
would be
t-shirt.
hot. I would be in a t-shirt and capris.
And a lot of times when I go see her at her old office, that's exactly what she was in, a phosphorescent t-shirt so they could find her.
Yep.
And in like
Capris.
lightweight sweatpants or capris or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while she'd put on her jacket, but not most of the time. It was
No, it's
just that.
just a t-shirt. I have been wearing a double long sleeve shirt. So I wear like an armor,
Yeah.
Under Armour on whatever, like the skin tight shirt
Sure.
underneath, and then my black sweatery-ish
Right.
sort of shirt, pair of black pants, double socks. I wear 2 pairs of socks,
Oh my gosh.
and I have to put on my space heater underneath my desk
Oh,
because I'm so freaking cold.
that is cold.
And at one point in time, and then so I have 2 boys sitting on either side of me.
Yeah.
The one gentleman, he usually just has on a sweatshirt, ball cap, and he's usually okay. He's fine. The other one is constantly doing this.
I should make it some hand warmers.
Like this. So every once in a while, when I get warmed up, I turn my heater so that it
Oh,
goes
so it's his way.
so it goes his way a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
But then one of these that comes out. I've also been wearing a scarf every day.
Oh, around your neck?
Around my neck.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't think it's me. I don't think it's just like my body temperature going, it's freaking cold. I'm like, it's cold. Because I come here and I'm fine.
Yeah.
And I have it set at 65 here.
But there's nothing worse though
Than being cold.
than you're sitting there. Well, I mean, It's
If you're
to
hot,
me,
if
if
you're hot, it's
it's hot,
worse.
it's
Worse.
worse.
I think so.
You know, I mean, having your little fan blow on you is
I
one
can only
thing,
take
but
off so much
yeah, you
legally.
can only legally take it down. And even if you did take it down further, because
You're
people
still
are out
hot.
there with
You're
their
still hot.
sports bras and everything, nobody wants to see that part of it
And
anyway.
you're still
And you're
hot.
still hot,
Yeah,
so
so it
it
doesn't
doesn't
really matter.
matter. But there, yeah,
I think here's my thought on this. I think it's because of the windows right behind us, and I think they're single paned.
oh,
Right, I don't think they're double paned, and I don't think that the outside, the actual walls themselves have very good
good insulation
insulation. And the flooring,
is
I doubt
cement.
I doubt that they put in any sort of subfloor
Probably not.
on top of the cement.
Mm-mm.
So we probably have,
Mm-hmm.
our
Mm-hmm.
thin office type carpeting,
Cement, and then the carpeting, and that cement
and
right on
that's
hard ground, which you're getting.
which is
Yeah,
cold,
yeah,
cold on cold on cold.
yep.
So that's my philosophy. I'm sticking to it, and I just hope that it's not the opposite in summer.
God, that's going to be interesting.
That's just I just hope it's not the
It's a good
opposite
thing
in summer.
Jamie bought you that little air conditioner.
Right.
There
Well,
you go.
I'll have to bring my air conditioner in.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing that you guys may see, and when I get them, hopefully tomorrow, I may just take a photo and put it up on Instagram. I get this. It's called an ocular migraine. I don't know if you know anything about it. Okay, so it's kind of like a migraine that you get in your eyes, and it kind of makes you look like your vision looks like you're opening your eyes underwater. So it's
And
all blurry.
you have the goggles
Yeah.
so that it's even blurrier with water.
And then it's kind of like zigzagging around the outside edges of it, like a cartoon kapow sort of thing, right? So it's just part of your vision. So supposedly, and we're just going to test this out because this has been happening to me an awful lot lately. To help, because it doesn't last that long.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to help get it to go away quicker, we wear an eye patch. So I'm gonna be like Mr. Pirate. So
Oh,
I ordered like a multi-pack of eye patches to.
which eye is yours?
Oh, I get them in both.
Okay, see, now I only got them in the left.
Oh, I get them in both.
Yeah, I
So
only get them in the left. And they're not, for me, they're not a true eye. They're, my mother had a condition where she got too much this fluid behind the eye.
oh
So we had to go in and get that drained.
yeah.
And I have that a little bit on this eye.
Mm,
Okay. And I haven't had to have it drained, but this eye, for some reason, works harder than this one. So the pressure gets
yeah.
crazy. And it feels sometimes like there's just something stuck in there. And you
Mm.
just want to reach in there and go
And pop your eyeball out.
and grab it. And there, and then it
Yeah.
starts to water. And then this side of the head just, oh my God, it wants to explode. Again, just for a few minutes.
Right. And then
Eye
it's fine.
patch. I didn't realize that. Well, see, I sleep with eye covers.
Yeah.
So I could just go downstairs and put my eye covers on. Anyway.
Yeah, so I ordered a multi-pack so that I can have them
Colors?
in different colors. Well, yeah, I don't really care about the colors. But
You need to
oh,
have
no, I mean I think the
I
ones with
need to
different
go.
colors.
Well, when I go over to the Pirates of the Caribbean and Magic Kingdom, I will see about getting you a true pirate
A true
patch.
pirate patch.
There you
Yeah, that'd
go.
be
That'll
fantastic.
give me my mission tomorrow on Monday when I go to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, so I'm not like trying to be, goofy or something if you see me with an eye patch on for
But I think
10
you should
minutes.
see it.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that should be a total thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'll just have them in my purse and at work and
just to throw them
here.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
there you
it
go.
starts happening, I'll just put it on and
Yeah.
I can tell. So the first time that this happened to me, I had no clue what in the world was going on, and thankfully, I was with Jamie.
Yeah.
I honest to God thought
You were having
I
a
was
stroke.
losing my vision.
and having a stroke. I
No,
would
I
have
didn't
thought
think I was.
stroke.
I didn't think stroke.
Oh,
I
I would
thought
have thought.
blindness.
No,
I
no.
thought something is going on and I'm losing my sight
Oh,
altogether
yeah.
because it
It
follows
does both. It goes.
it follows your eye movement.
Yes.
So when you look someplace else, that kind of like when you look at the sun too long or
Hmm.
any bright light too long, and you have that
That
that,
look
and
in
no
there.
matter where you look,
Right.
it's
It's
wherever
there.
you're looking. That's what it was doing, and I couldn't see what it was I was looking at. It was all blurry, just a round patch.
Hmm.
Um, and I had to grab onto Jamie because I'm like, I can't see anything. I can't see where I'm going. I cannot see where I'm. And it's the weirdest thing when you have to when you finally realize that you're not going blind. That I finally talked to my eye doctor about this, and um, she was like, "Yeah, there's not really a whole lot that
Yeah.
can be done." Um,
Reduce your eye strain. Sometimes they'll tell you.
yeah,
Um,
but
sometimes they can give you those drops that they. That one commercial is so cute. I want that. Guy Rizzy or whatever it is, the little guy. Today I'm going to give you this and not this. And you don't watch regular TV, so she doesn't see that. But Sky Rizzy is a drop, so they might want to. That's for dry eye and itchy and
mm,
scratchiness. I mean, that's something like that, and they can
mm,
reduce the pressure. But if it starts to become a real problem, then they'll have to go in and do an MRI, check and see if there's
yeah,
really
a
anything.
brain in there.
Hold on, let me check and see if there's
Is there
anything
any
in there.
echoing going on? Is
Well,
the
there's the
chamber?
light.
There's the light. There
There's
it is.
light. So she can see right through, so we know she's normal. But anyway, I brought you a present today.
You did.
Yeah, I did. What do you think, guys? Got an idea of what this might be?
It's a wrist support.
No. It's a shoehorn. You put this at the
OMG.
back of your shoe, and then you can slide your foot in like this.
What do I need a shoehorn for?
Well, you're getting older, and bending over could be a problem. And it came with the pink one, and I didn't. And I thought, well, it came in a package of 6 for $1.98.
Mm.
I found another tchotchke site.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And so anyway, I bought these and I thought, well, this is good because I hate to retie my shoes. Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. So, because every time I roll down to do it, I almost fall off the bench because I'm too short to get to it.
Hmm.
So if I put it up on my knee, then I tie it over here and it's not straight, and then this side hurts and this side is loose. So I thought, oh, I'll just get these things. I had these ones that you could do really tall, but I don't know what Mikey did with them. So I got these. And it had a pink one in the package, so I gave you the pink one.
Thank you.
But I'm going to borrow it right now just so I
To
can
put her shoe back on.
put my shoe back on. Here, I'll show you how it's done, guys. You do this. Okay, wait. See,
Look at her.
see, look, just slid right in, right like that. Ta-da! So there you have
She
it.
got her foot all the way up there. I am proud of you.
Well, that's because I've lost a few pounds. If I hadn't had it, I would have been like, hang on, so quick. Yeah. See, yeah. Anyway, so I brought her a present, and I did bring
That you
something
did.
else. I want to show you guys. As you know, as you've probably seen, I have not had too many.
Alcoholic beverages lately?
Not this time of the morning. I haven't had a lot of finished objects.
Neither have I.
True.
Neither have
Because
I.
I have, I like to color. So I found this postcard book. It's called, well, here, it always fades out. But I
Blows
got
out,
it
yeah.
on Amazon, and it's Enchanted Forest, and it's got bunnies and rabbits and things like that in it. But I didn't realize when I ordered it that it was
So tiny.
and so green, because everything has leaves with it.
Oh.
But this is kind of what I've been doing, guys. I've been doing more coloring.
What? There you go.
See, I've been coloring, and searching for fine line coloring pens. This one I finished the other day. Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
It's a really good one. See? The little foresty scene. Look at my bunny. Look at the bunny I did down at the bottom. Isn't that good? And there's an owl in the tree. See? I'm getting pretty good at this. And then I decided to go to
So
the...
these are little postcards that you
Yeah,
can
that I could
postcard
send
out.
out. I could
Oh,
send out.
awesome.
Yeah, so you could color them, or you could send them and have them color them and then send them back too,
How
so
fun
you
is
could go
that?
back and forth. So that's been my other latest obsession is crayons, and I got all my pens together, and these need like 0.001 tips, a regular one kind of putzes it, but I'm getting
But
better.
you're giving your pens a run for their money.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm using them, and I
Yeah.
actually threw another one away. Another colored pen.
Stop
I
it.
did, yeah.
Well,
And when you look at it, it had ink up here, but it must have like dried out or something. Because I kept doing this and scratching it, and I took a lighter to it and everything. Couldn't get it to work. So I
okay.
threw it away. Can you believe it? Whatever.
Threw it away.
So yeah,
Well, so you've been coloring. I've been
playing with stitch markers.
I've had to make a bunch of stitch markers.
Really busy week?
Yeah.
Cool.
It was a good week. It was a good week.
Oh, by the way, I did finish the machine the other day, like a champ. Sewing machine.
Oh, it's working now like a champ.
Of course, because I'm leaving tomorrow.
Of course.
Yeah, but that's okay. At least now it's working. We'll give it a week off.
Yeah, I had a week of lots of people getting rings. Which is good. That's totally good.
There's a lot of knit-alongs coming up too. I mean,
Is there a bunch of knit-alongs coming?
Like Amba O'Brien is doing one, and Leading Men, they usually have one or two going on. There's a mystery one coming out that they're going to use Miss Babs yarn.
Okay.
I can't remember who's doing it. There's a couple on Ravelry that you've seen, but there's quite a few little knit-alongs going along. So maybe they are getting them for that.
I'm not sure. I had a request for, I don't know if it was just this last week or it was the week before, if I even told you about it, but I had a request, and by all means, you guys, if there's something that you would like, and you don't see it in our shop, let me just send me an email, in the Etsy shop, and if I can, I will accommodate. I had a person, email me and said, "Hey, are you ever going to make yellow stitch markers, rings?"
Oh, the iodized,
She
the aluminum one?
she said, "I would love the green ring with a yellow bead."
That's cute.
And I said, "I can do that."
There
So,
you go.
of course, I'm answering her at work.
Right.
So I come home and I'm like, I knew I had yellow beads. And when I went looking through my bead drawers, I came across two different types of yellow,
Right.
like a solid color, like crayon box yellow, and then a clear glassy kind of yellow.
Yeah.
So I did them both on the green ring, and it just reminded me of like 7-Up.
Spring and
7-Up. It reminded
Sprite,
me.
yeah.
It reminded me of
Yeah,
Sprite
that would.
7-Up, so I named them Lemon Lime.
Lemon Lime, yeah.
Lemon Lime.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so those went up. Lemon Lime went up. I have an Easter egg pack.
Really?
Knitters pack went up. So you have the Easter egg, a pink and green Easter egg
and
on a lever back.
Nice.
So you have the pink and green Easter egg.
Nice.
You have 4 green
tip
huggers and 10 gold and pink.
Oh my
rings.
God, what a nice
So that's
set.
a whole little set.
Oh my gosh, that's
Isn't that a fun little set?
Fun set. That's beautiful.
Fun little set. Another Easter one. I don't think we talked about this one last week. I don't think it was up last week. But this.
Look at that carrot.
This carrot is rhinestones all the way around it.
Oh my
fantastic. It doesn't show up here very well, but it is rhinestones all the way around.
That is
And then
beyond
these
cool.
little entangle faceted little guys that go along with it. That's another set up
Oh my
now
God, I
on
love these.
our shop. And these ones I just got up yesterday.
Look at that carrot.
Isn't that fantastic?
Oh my gosh. So
So, in
cute.
case you need a slice of watermelon, we have these too as well. So that comes in a 2-pack.
Oh, that's cute.
Those come in a little 2-pack. So
Those are cute.
those are new on the shop this week
And actually, these would be so cute even
as earrings.
for the
Yeah, they would be
summer.
fun as
Oh,
earrings.
they would be fun for the summer.
I'm only doing. I think I'm only doing those in leverback because
They're a little
they're
bit,
a little bigger,
yeah.
and I really don't want anybody to miss.
Or get it caught in when you're flipping the stitch, if you're doing like the rib
And
stitch and
in
stuff.
leverback, you can make them. You can wear them as earrings. So, yeah.
Didn't
That's
even know
that.
that you were here into the jewelry business. And look at this, how cute this is. Even this carrot. This would be such a cute thing. I only have one. But if you could you could wear the carrot here and the little balls or something. That would
Oh
be
yeah.
so cute for Easter. Just
Oh, wear
have
the
fun.
carrot on one side and the Easter egg on the
other.
other.
Oh my gosh. Like the days when we used to wear mismatched socks, when the mismatched socks were in,
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
So, and I've also had kind of a plethora of people ordering the Raglan stitch marker sets.
Really good.
So I have a feeling that either there's a Raglan sweater
knit along
going
or something,
on,
or somebody or a group or somebody's doing it. So everybody
or
likes
people
fun
are
about it.
actually starting a sweater project right now so that it's ready,
Ready
for
for next year.
next winter.
I know. I was cleaning out the one. I was cleaning out the one drawer and downstairs, and I thought, so I haven't got. Oh no! I actually found a sweater I made. Oh my gosh! We're talking after 2015, 16, 17. And then of course I grew.
Really not that long ago.
No, but then I grew and I never gave it. I mean, it just sat in the
Right,
drawer.
it just sat in the well, because you made it, you're not gonna.
Right, I'm not gonna. Well, I was gonna give it to somebody, but it's
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 a
extra
sweater.
large, but
Come
I just
on.
didn't want anybody to feel like I was sizing them, so I never really. Anyway, I put it on the boob area. I think I might have to when I block it. I can pull the boob area.
The bust area.
Yeah, the bust. We must increase the bust. I'm gonna get it cut off one day. And then I think it'll be fine.
Do you need to shrink the bust area, or do you?
I need to shrink my bust area. The personal.
No, but I mean on that sweater.
No, the sweater needs to go a little bit out, a little bit. When you block it, I need to
stretch
it just a little bit.
Stretch the bust area just.
Well, yeah, because I carry a lot of boob over here.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. I went every once in a while, and
the bust area kind of goes around.
Every once in a while, I get this stupid idea that I think I'm going to go back to wearing a bra, sports bra. Doesn't matter. I'm going to wear a bra and not do these stretchy, tinky things, right?
Right.
Or just do a lighter bra and then just the ones that kind of hold you in a little bit more, because the newer ones, these newer stretchy things, don't come with anything for the boob. These at least have a little groove around the boob.
Okay.
So you know where your boob's supposed to be.
Right.
And it doesn't create as much of a uni boob.
A uniboob?
Yeah. And some of them, I'm like, I'll look down in my shirt and my boob is all here. And I'm like,
there's one boob.
why is it doing it now, but it won't do it when on a normal basis, like when you shove it anyway. So every once in a while, I'll go in and I'll size it, and it's like, you're like a triple G. And I'm like, I'm a 34 triple G. But and I think of Tori every time I do it, because I know that the poor child, that she is, my problem isn't so much that there's girth, it's length. And all that length has to go into
You
a
gotta
bra.
roll it up. Roll it
Yeah.
up.
And then put it in a bra.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh. So every once in a while I get in the mood to do that because I always think, and if I had a bra, I wouldn't be having my arms out here all the time. And I could actually stand like, get it like this without working my. So, and I was mentioning that to Mike, and he's just sitting there listening, you know. And I said, blah, 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 this push, doing that. I said, and then I'm always going in and trying to move them back where they need to go. And I just don't know, should I order it or blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, what do you want me to say?
Right.
I said, well, tell me what I should do. I mean, do you think I'd look better with a bra? He goes, I think you look perfect the way you are. And
Of
I'm
course,
like,
that's what he's gonna say.
So anyway,
I'm gonna say do what makes you comfortable.
I think I want to start looking for,
Because
like,
honestly, who gives a flying
I don't
if
know, how
you're
do you
wearing a
guys
bra
feel?
or not wearing
Well,
one?
I've seen so many of these on regular TV, but as well on ads that we've gotten away so much. I used to wear the underwire.
Please don't.
And believe me, they start to cut in after a while, especially if you're wearing anything like, you wear the
Well,
tighter.
if you have any extra cushion, like
Yeah.
us bigger girls have extra cushion around your rib cage, I'm talking underneath your boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Not on your boobs, under your boobs. If you have extra cushion there, I don't care if you're sized right or not. And I've been sized perfectly by,
Right.
underwires are going to cut into you.
Oh, yes.
It does not matter. Um,
But if you got the kind that have like the elastic underneath, if you don't have
that
if you
cuts
have
into you
any,
too. I don't.
but or it rolls
Yeah, it rolls.
because you've got the belly roll here, and so if you're not sitting properly like
Hell,
this,
I got belly rolls right underneath my boobs on
I
my
do too.
ribs. Like
I have a
it's
one,
gonna happen.
2, 3, and then the boob down. Yeah, so whatever.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I come
Do
up with
what's
that.
comfortable for you.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking, what's a good brand? That was the other thing. And the other thing is you don't not watching regular TV that much. Besides the Peyronie's disease being out there, now they are advertising waterproof underwear so you don't leak and how much your crotch holds. Yeah.
What?
So they have all these pretty underwears. Not
Do
like,
you mean like for your period?
yeah, yeah. But it holds like a whole tampon worth of fluid in your panties.
Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, all right. I hate. So there was a company that started and then they kind of disappeared. I can't remember their name, but their box was black,
Okay.
and they actually kind of debunked the whole fucking Tampax and all these maxi pad commercials where they're pouring the blue liquid into a pad or on the tampon.
Yes.
It's water. Okay, that's water going
Yes.
into this. What is going into a pad or a tampon is not fucking water.
Well,
What?
unless you're leaking.
Okay, then we're talking about depends. We're talking
Okay.
about something completely different than a
Right. That's true. Okay.
feminine hygiene
Jeep product.
product.
Okay.
I don't care how much water it can hold. We're not talking about water. We are talking about blood and mucus and all kinds of other
Yes.
icky, gunky
That God
crap
so
that
wonderful gave
doesn't
us.
fucking absorb into anything.
Yes. Except
So
the string on the tampon. That string
I'm sorry.
absorbs everything.
I'm sorry. I remember, and guys, if you're watching, please turn it off or whatever. But I haven't had a period for many, many years, but I specifically remember when you changed one out. I'm gonna try and be as
Just
delicate as possible. But when you changed one out, the 3/4 of the tampon is completely white.
Exactly.
The rest of it has a little bit of whatever, but as soon as you pull it out, like everything just flows out of you.
Exactly.
So, you know what? It can be as absorbent as a fucking motherfucker.
It's still going to come when it wants to come.
It's still gonna, it's, if it's a tampon, it's just gonna hold it all in until you change it out for the next. It's a plug. It's a fucking plug, people.
That's true. It is
It's a plug. And if it's a pad, it's just gonna be smeared around.
Yeah, it is. Whatever.
Until you go to the bathroom, wipe, change your pad.
Right.
It's a diaper.
But
it's a freaking diaper.
The other thing is they're like $30 a pair.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
come
that's ridiculous.
on.
What do you think? Am I going to be changing my underwear every time I go to the bathroom?
Exactly. I mean, you know,
like I'm not going to have that sitting against my
no,
skin
me
all day
either,
long.
no,
It's not absorbing it.
No, it's just kind of keeping it,
smearing it around.
in
No.
there. Yeah, I'm just like
Gross.
Yeah, gross.
Absolutely gross.
That's my latest rant and rave sort of thing.
That's
on the
disgusting.
TV.
I can't even.
And you know, since we're such intimate friends here, we have to share our most technical rants and raves with you. You know,
right? I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm so sorry if anybody's offended by that. But if you're offended,
it's funny because my sister would yell down, "Hey, Mom, I need more boats!" And my brother, who was like 3 years younger than her,
boats.
He'd be like, "I never get any boats."
Mom,
Can I have some?
pad?
Yeah, the pad.
Okay, I'm like,
and so she, you know, and then she would say she needed more plugs, and he was like, "Plugs for what? Where are you putting?" And then he finally went around and asked her.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's sort of like, okie dokie. You know, that was the day when you couldn't discreetly buy the box at all. I mean, if you just bought 5, the box was this big. You know, because they were this thick.
Right. It took up its own bag.
Oh, totally.
At the grocery store.
You know.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of the grocery store today, no, I went at 6.
Okay.
I went to the grocery store this morning at 6. Now I know the rest of the country is probably worse than we are here, but I'm feeling like I need the 17-point baby car seat protector for my eggs.
For the cost?
I need Kevlar vest to get from the cart scanned through and back into my car before I buckle it into the 17-point car seat.
Right.
To get it home.
Right. In a cushioned container that is made out of steel so that you don't have to worry at all about the eggs.
They've almost quadrupled in price.
So much were they this morning?
Oh, $4.
$4. Yeah, even Aldi, they're not any cheaper. They're like 3 something. In New York City, they've gone
They're
up.
12 in New York.
Yeah, they are.
They're 12 in New York. So, like I said, I'm not going to complain about it. It's still here
in the
relatively
because we grow
cheap
a lot.
protein.
Yeah,
but
I mean we have a lot, and I understand a lot of it had to do with the bird flu.
Oh bullshit!
It did have a lot.
Oh bullshit!
However, when I went back after the pandemic, and they had all the trouble with the pigs and the pork, and you couldn't get bacon, and the price of bacon went through the roof. On the cruise ship, it said bacon was on vacation because you could get it in a sandwich, you could get it for a topping in their salad, but you couldn't take 86 pieces of bacon on the buffet. If you were down in the restaurant, you ordered bacon and eggs, you got 2 pieces of bacon. You didn't get 16 like they normally give you, right? So they said it was I'm anticipating we're going on another one at the end of the month. I'm anticipating them saying that they're on eggcation.
Yeah.
Because it's the same situation, and holy cow, I mean.
But okay, so I've been seeing homesteaders, like people who have little small hobby farms and whatnot across the country, like legit, not just in one area, probably across the world, that their eggs aren't laying eggs, or their chickens aren't laying eggs.
Right.
And
it's like they know.
So many of them are finding out that it's the feed. that they're giving their chickens.
Oh, yeah.
And once they change their feed
Feed, then they do
or
the
they let them free
free
range
range.
more,
Yeah,
they start getting eggs again.
yeah.
So
There was a thing on
I'm
one
not
of,
going to be a conspiracy theorist or anything, but
but
it does make you wonder.
well, I know two people in in the neighborhood have gotten chickens now because of the price of eggs.
I
They
said
have,
to Damie, I said,
she bakes a lot and she has young kids and they eat a lot of eggs and everything. And so she said, we just decided to go ahead and get the chicken coop and she has 4 chickens out there. And I said, have you gotten, and the first one was no bigger than this. I mean, they were like super small eggs. She goes, I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong. She
tell
goes,
her to change the feed.
well, that was it. She actually contacted Purdue and Purdue University and Purdue Chicken Company to find out what's the best thing for a home chicken. And I got this through my sister and everything. So anyway, but yeah, they now have their own 4 little chickens.
I told Jamie, I said it really makes me, contemplate getting like a little 2-acre hobby farm just so I can have a couple of pigs
Yeah.
and a coop
Hmm.
of chickens.
Why do you want the pigs?
Bacon.
You're gonna kill your little porker.
How do you think bacon gets to the grocery
I know, but
store? Jesus Christ.
know. Sometimes it bothers me when I think about it because we had farm animals that we were close to and we talked to and everything when we were kids, and it was tough to see them go away. Mom usually took us into town and got us ice cream, and we would sit in the ice cream store
When
and go,
when you
"Well,
went home and Bessie the
oh,
cow wasn't there
I
anymore,
can't be there anymore.
but you had a freezer full of
I should have
hamburger.
stayed and said goodbye." They used to time it so that if we were getting anything new or if when Norman was getting in, like say he bought a new steer, they would try to time it about the same time to take us because we weren't the only kids. I mean, there were like
Oh my
everybody
God.
in the neighborhood went down and took care of it. Yeah, it was a great place to go and hang out. They had a 2-hole potty outside. Didn't even have to get wet. You didn't have to go in the house and wash your hands or anything. It was
Yeah,
outside, two
no,
whole potty.
my grandparents had a 2-holer outside too.
It was wonderful, and they didn't have any. Well, Mrs. Rayburn didn't have indoor plumbing like that, so you had a pot under the bed.
Oh, a
So
chamber pot.
yeah, of course. So all you had to do is slide out of the bed, go, and then slide right back in. You never even had to really take your covers off. It was the most amazing time of our lives.
Yeah, can you imagine that now? Like,
Going through some of my mom's papers, I actually found um, a note.
I don't think I could do a chamber pot
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
And nowadays,
nowadays, well,
it'd be tough for me.
yeah, nowadays I don't think I could squat down there. I don't think I could get down to it. Even as it is, most of the time, if I have to go in the woods, like when we're hiking or something, even if I go behind a tree, I usually end up falling in it
Well,
because
you use the tree
you
to hold.
gotta.
You let the tree hold you.
Well, yeah, but see, by the time, but you gotta make sure you got your pants way out here,
Just take your
because if
pants
you
off.
get a sweat, yeah,
You just
I
take
got
them off.
caught. No way, no how. No, I got a bee sting on my butt, and I said never again.
Mm.
And it was because I was going over to put my piece back on. So that won't ever happen again as long as I live. My sister, one time we were going driving, and we pulled over on
What are
this.
we gonna call this episode? I just am like, wow,
We are
you
way
never
off.
know what you're gonna get with us. Okay, so your sister. I'm sorry, I
She hung,
interrupted you.
no, she hung on to the side of the car
Oh, to pee.
to pee.
Okay.
See,
The
she used
handle.
the car, the wheel well
Oh.
to do it. Yes, that was how
Mhm.
she did. She would use the wheel well. And I'm like, you are crazy. She pulled it out. I mean, and as the cars got less strong, then she pulled a dent in it at one point.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
30, 40 years ago, that was probably okay
Okay.
because the
Right.
cars were actually built out of steel.
Right. But
Now they're
now
made out
you,
of
no.
fiberglass,
Yeah, you do.
and
Yeah.
you don't want to hit a moth going 60 miles an hour because it's going to crack you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know.
Jesus.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I do have a major complaint though.
You do.
Well, I've been trying to get better with backing up with the camera. I think just about every car, any new car you buy, no matter what, if it's the cheapest brand to the most expensive, has that backup camera
Yeah,
in
right.
it, right? So I didn't grow up with that. I didn't have it. This is a very, when we bought this
Yeah.
Escape, they came out, they were mandatory right after we bought our last Escape. And so I've always been a mirror kid. Use
Yep.
the mirrors.
Use the mirror, your rear
Everybody
view
says
mirror,
you need
everything.
to get used to the camera. And I
Yeah,
said,
you do have
okay,
to get used
I'll
to it.
try. I'll work on it. But you know, when it's raining,
Yeah, it's
there's a big drop of water right on the camera and you can't see around it. And I don't even know where the fucking thing is to wipe it off.
it's, it's right by your license plate.
It's that low?
Yeah.
I thought, oh, because I've been looking at the top of the car thinking it was
Yeah,
up
no,
there,
it's by
down
your
by your license.
license plate. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Because I tried it when I got here today. I tried it. I was more on Jamie's side of the thing. So I pulled forward and I used my mirror. One shot. I was right where she parks. See, so I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. That's a pet peeve sort of thing that I don't know.
It's odd. It is odd.
It
I
is.
mean, yeah.
So
Yeah, please talk to us about this. You know,
this is
because we
we do
we
it
we do
isn't knitting.
start things. We do start things. We just don't finish them here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe
You're gonna
because
you.
tomorrow I leave for Disney
So you're
with
bringing.
the other half.
Are you bringing this with you?
This is going,
Okay.
and my Musselburg is going.
Okay.
This is last week I showed the pattern. It's called Bombi. I didn't bring
It's a
the
little snood. So
snood
it's a
thing,
little
and I'm
hat
making it
with a drawstring and
right.
then like
And I'm using the Yarlex
Yarlex Yarxlex.
LEX cashmere that I got on Amazon. There's several different brands. I This is the brand Marcia started
Yeah,
using.
right.
And on Tuesday she came in and she brought the colors to show us kind of what
She
she had
got
ordered
all
all
the
the colors.
colors. Oh my god, of course she did.
She brought them in and the blue and the green sort of have a bit of a fade in it. It's a light blue and a minty green that it carries in this yard color. And it's got a bit of a fade in it. So
Okay.
it looks like a little variegation in there.
Okay.
And the light gray is very pretty. It's not, there's, I don't know, maybe because it's cashmere and it's got the little bit of
It's got a
fuzz,
little bit of a halo.
a halo to it. She said the dark gray looks okay, but I'm not a dark gray person. So anyway, I started it and I'm doing my knit one, purl one, except they didn't knit through the back loop, but I do knit through the back loop because that's me. And it's for my sister. And I doubled the yarn because they had fingering and lace and I just thought it'd be warmer for her and went up in size to get the gauge. So I did that. And I haven't done anything more in my muscle burn since last week because I
I
colored.
actually did a little bit on my Musselburg at work.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I've done more. I've actually knit more on this right here during this podcast
It's
than I
been
did
all
all week.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, because at
Yeah.
home I've been.
Oh, I did get it on regular size needles. I did
Oh,
finally get it to the 16-inch needles. So it doesn't look so scrunched like I'm looking on
well, and you
a
wanted it on
peanut.
that anyway because you're not going to finish that on your trip down there.
No,
But to
not
have
at
it
all.
on
But
those
to have it
needles,
on these needles,
yeah.
it should be. This is where you go. You go from. Some people
Oh,
do
and
it.
you got the penguins on it.
I got the penguin.
Look at, look at, look at, look at, look at, look at, look at. It's so cute.
That's when I was being a snot nose and said I want to have it my way,
Yeah, she
so that
wanted
I
it her
can
way.
hook it on.
And I'm
And I
like,
have my
oh,
squirrel. And I have my
yeah,
squirrel.
and you're a squirrel because you're a
Because I'm a
squirrel.
squirrel. So that's really all that I've done. But I did color a little bit this
You
week,
colored.
and I had a rough. It wasn't a good week, blood sugar wise and things. So my brain wasn't like intact and stuff. And Thursday I woke up with such a headache. And Thursday is when my sister said, "Guess what? We got another free cruise." So I made all the arrangements on Thursday for the cruise that we leave on the 24th of February. So I called my brother just to make sure he's okay with watching the dog. Now, she hadn't called him. She wanted me to see if I could get this date, and then she was going to call him. But I thought, I'm not going through all this if he's not
Right,
available,
right.
you know. And he's like, holy crap, you guys are gone like 80 days as it is. I'm going to start charging her more because she doesn't board her dog. We board our dog when we go, but she hasn't taken him in to be
And
boarded.
Mikey won't take her dog too.
Abner wouldn't go.
Abner, oh, your dog
No,
wouldn't tolerate that. Okay.
no. They'd probably get along in the yard
Right, but not.
playing. But the minute I showed more attention to her dog instead of my dog,
No, I meant when you're gone and your sister's gone, and it's just Mikey and Abner.
yeah, it's Mikey and Abner.
Right, but
No, because somebody has to stay with Bugs at night, and let,
why wouldn't you just bring the dog to your place?
because we don't think they'd get along.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, because Bugs would get on the bed, and then Abner
would want to
would
be
be on
on
the bed, and he's like, "I'm not sharing the bed."
Yeah,
He
okay.
has enough time sharing with me. He nipped at me the other night. Yeah, I think he was still half asleep. He had gone up to bed, and I usually he's in the hall waiting for me, and I went up, and I thought, well, he's not, and he wasn't on the carpet in Mikey's room, so I turned the light on, and I walked into the bedroom, and I saw, oh, he's sleeping next to Mikey, and I turned my phone light on, and I think it was in his eyes, and I don't think he recognized who I was because I was going to come over and kiss him goodnight, and and he scratched my hand, and he was pissed, and then he sort of shakes his head, and then the tail's, oh, my,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Don't get mad at me.
it hurt my heart more than anything, just because I'm thinking, you're gonna play,
Don't bite me.
But I think that was part of it. So yeah, we take him to the spa. It's 5 days. I don't know what we'll do when and if Mikey ever retires. That's been moved back again.
Oh,
Um,
that's
but it's fine.
that is what it is. I mean, if he wants to keep
If he
working,
wants to keep working, I'm gonna go ahead and keep
that's
working.
that's
Next year I've already started working on either February or March. Gail's got a friend who used to live in Dubai and who works down in uh, one of the southern counties that she used to go to, Greene County, Castle, whatever, Henry
oh, in
County,
Indiana.
in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
And he's
That's
like,
a little ways away from
yeah,
Dubai.
no, he's a physician assistant, and she was going to text him to find out, you know, uh, what would be the best area and to kind of pick because there's like
In
Emerist
Dubai?
in Dubai. Emerist does.
You
Listen to
don't
this.
want
Emerist does travel packages, and you get business class flight, not the first class flight where you get the cabin,
Yeah.
but you still get the pod thing.
Yeah.
Okay, lie flat, business class, hotel, transportation. It was like 6 nights. It was like $9,000. And I've always wanted to go to Dubai. Always wanted to go. And even if it's just for 2 nights, I mean, I fly over there and I stay for 2 nights, and it's all guided tours. They guarantee your safety the whole bit. They don't take you to nasty, parts. Um, the one lady that works in the office next to our accountant, she said, I must have spent $300 on scarves to match my outfits because she really thought she'd have to wear a scarf everywhere. Nope.
Oh no, you're American.
Yeah. Yeah. So she said, just don't wear red, white, and blue a lot. Other than that, it'll be okay. Just not red, white, and blue. And if you can find somebody who has a British accent, it's even better to hang with. They're even better. So I told Gail she has to work on that. She was thinking about taking Spanish, and I said, no, you need to take British.
Just take
accent.
British. Just
So
speak British.
Yeah, so you can speak the British accent. So I'm kind of working on that for next year. But yeah, she came along. It's going out of LA or Long Beach, going to Cabo and that sort of thing, and just couldn't pass it up. Got a really good deal on airfare.
Well, I'm sure because it's like almost last minute.
Which actually, when we went through the airlines, it was twice as much. But I called Celebrity, and they have their own system, And so they got it, and he goes, hold on, let me see what I can do for you. I said, I guess I could sit in a nonstop for 4 hours and 30 minutes in coach in economy. And he's like, he goes, oh, you usually, and I said, no, I said, it's the knees and the hips and, old lady. And he's like, oh, well, hold on. Yeah, let's move up to first class. Didn't cost us any more. Because I said my hips and my knees, which is really the case.
It's the truth.
It is the truth.
It's
It is more the hips and the knees more than anything. And it's good to get her drunk.
Yeah.
On the flight.
On the flight.
Yes, because then she's much better at the airport when you have to wait for your luggage
right,
and
right,
things like
right.
that. And dragging her is so much easier when she's a bit on the mellow side.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Can we do that when we go to
Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh, and this is really more of a fact finding trip too, because this is the same ship we will be on when we go to Alaska.
Oh, you're on the solstice?
We're on the solstice.
Nice.
So therefore, I will have the ship.
She'll have the ship down pat.
So if you have any questions, anybody who's going to be going, the
Yeah.
whole bit.
You'll know if we need to upgrade rooms,
And
or
is the Martini Bar really the place for us to hang out during
right.
the day?
Or should we
should go to the Sunrise Bar?
Yeah.
Or should we? Or could they block off a section by the pool? Maybe.
Right.
Because that might be a little more fun. It is sunny, and people do wear their swimsuits in Alaska. But I didn't put mine on the entire last trip.
Yeah.
The entire time, but the Celebrity has a solarium.
Yeah.
And that's where the hot tubs are and the warm pool is.
Oh, I'm bringing mine.
I'm bringing it.
I'm bringing mine.
Yeah.
My fat ass will get in that hot tub for sure.
It's amazing. Plus, you're up early.
Right.
And they open it up like at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
and
well,
nobody
that's
goes up
nap
there.
time for me.
Yeah. You and Gail. Gail's usually in the casino till about 4, then she naps and whatever. It doesn't really matter. So I hope you guys are thinking about going. They're still running their special. Bring your husband.
Alaska, out of Seattle.
Yep. Round trip
August
Seattle.
18th through the 25th.
Yeah. Now,
on Celebrity Solstice.
So. Exactly. And I will be at the pier, and once you get your set come June or July or so, I'll have you guys, send us an email or something like that.
Let us know exactly who's going
to be there. I've already talked to Celebrity a little bit about it, and I said, well, we have 3 cabins, and I know of 3 other cabins. And they said, oh, well, and I said, but I'm not planning it. I'm just saying this is what we're doing, and we want you to join us and just be a group.
Right.
And he said, oh, we get that. And so he was saying, okay, if you have X number, we can work around. And he was telling me how we could get some of this cool stuff, especially at dinner, because we'd have your dine at your own time. So whether or not some nights there may be 6 of us, and some of us nights there could be all of us eating at the same time,
right.
And we may need a bigger. And he said, well, we'll have a contact for you. So
perfect.
Yeah, so they're
concierge.
Yeah, basically, yes.
For just us.
Yeah, so you're going to have a few extra little perks, by going,
because we have a cruiser extraordinaire scoping it out beforehand.
And I'm trying. Yeah, my sister's going on her first, and she keeps calling me. Now, what do I do? Now, how does this work? And what does this work? I said, I don't know. I've never been on a Norwegian ship, but I can tell you about a newer ship, and I can tell you about an older ship. And if you got one in between, well, then figure it out. It'll be one or the other, but this is the way it goes. So, but I thought at first when she told me about this, I thought, oh, when does she want to go?
And Norwegian or Dubai?
No, this cruise. Because we got the notice and
didn't get the card for the 24th.
It was really close. I mean, it was all for February and March. And it's all from the Mexican Riviera.
Yeah.
And so I went on to look like I was going to buy it to see how many empty rooms there were, because sometimes these free ones can stick you way down.
Right.
And I don't do well down at the bottom of the ship. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but I feel like the ship's coming down on me.
Yeah, you're claustrophobic.
Yeah. So don't worry, Karen. I will have plenty of places for us to hide. I'm going to work it all out. And so if you're bringing the other half, and
that's totally cool,
which is fine,
go for it.
And they
are not a knitter.
and they don't know how to entertain themselves, I can teach you how to hide in plain sight.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he
Good,
walks
good, good.
right by me every time I sit there. And he
Awesome.
never goes around the corner. Like in the Sky Lounge, if you go around the corner, and a lot of people don't know that over there, it looks like it's a wall, but it isn't. It's still part of the lounge. It's just sort of blocked off. It's a beautiful spot. And nobody bothers you, and you're all by yourself. And the only problem is they don't come around to get you to ask you if you want a drink. You have to
Right.
go get it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't really want to be consuming too much alcohol with knitting anyway. Who are we taking? Sharon can fix just about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it too.
I'm pretty good at it too, but I'm also pretty good at drinking. So
Yeah, it's true. So that's another thing. Okay, well, if nothing else, we'll just have to deal with it. Maybe there's always other knitters too.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
usually always knitters and crocheters that get together anyway. In fact, on two of the last carnival ones I was on, they actually had one set up.
I'm gonna overflow. You continue to talk to
Well,
them.
I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye.
Oh, okay. Say goodbye. Goodbye, all.
Bye.
I gotta go pee.
She's been drinking coffee since
have
6 o'clock this morning. So, anyway, I wanted to be here since I'm not going to be here a lot for the next couple of weeks. Another cruise. Yeah, it goes to Catalina Island, which is like bizarre. Catalina Island is like 20 miles off the coast of LA. And a cruise ship that is leaving from about 40 miles, maybe 30 miles south of LA, going up to this is our first stop. But that's okay. I've never been to Catalina Island, and I thought that'd be a kind of a nice little thing to do. And I'm so tired of this 20 degrees. And why not go? When you get a chance to go, you go. You know, we just do it. So I hopefully will have more of my, I don't know if it's called a snood or a head cowl thing done, the one made with the cashmere. Check it out on Amazon. Please do, because I know cashmere can be very expensive, and this is very reasonable, super soft, super easy to list it. Ravelry lists it as a fingering. To me, it would be a heavy fingering, but I doubled it, so it was more like a DK. And I'm using my red, white, and blue little stitch marker there. So I'm going to let her sit down here. I didn't want to say goodbye without her because
my eyeballs aren't floating anymore.
I know, I noticed you looked a lot lighter. I didn't hear any sloshing coming back.
There's no sloshing. No, no
I
more
was like,
sloshing.
I better go get her.
I could refill though.
I can go get you a life jacket. That doesn't do
Holy
any good on
buckets.
that, you know. I know, but you know how terrible it is when you're sitting and then
And you stand up. You know
you have to go, but you're comfortable.
But you're
sitting.
okay you're okay because you're sitting.
But the minute you stand up, it is going to be get out of my way.
Yeah, get out of my way. Yeah. It's going. At any rate.
Oh, I almost knocked your chair over. So I
Almost
could turn
did.
this off because I know it's not a switch.
It's not touchscreen.
Oh, it's a switch. Whatever. We'll talk to you next. She'll talk. Yeah, I'm back. So I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
And I'll see you later. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.